right, good evening. Welcome to the November 6th, 2019 meeting of the Abington Finance Committee. We have a very limited group here tonight. We do have a lovely audience member visiting with us, but we do not have our usual representation from the town manager, who had to be away for family business tonight. So we have a very limited slate. Our agenda started with a check-in on the fiscal year 20 budget and revenue and status of free cash. Free cash, we do not have a status yet. The budget and revenue, for next fiscal year, the department heads, or the initial meetings of all the department heads and the initial submissions have been completed, and the department heads will be meeting with the town manager next week to go over them. Okay. So at our next meeting, which is on December 4th at 7 o'clock here at Town Hall, if anyone wants to attend, we will be going over what the latest status is as they prepare to make a draft budget later in December. The rest of our agenda is assignment of new liaisons. Once again, we do not have a lot of people here tonight, but that means that the people who are here will get to have say in which departments they want and get to assign out which departments they don't want to their missing compatriots. So if we want to go through, so in the agenda, we were going to review the incoming revenue for the current fiscal year. We do not have an update on that either. So thank you for pointing that out, Deb. Going through our list of departments, the first one is the Board of Selectmen, which is also the town manager's office. That one is each year the board chairman and the vice chairman are the liaison and the second liaison, the primary and the second. I'm just going to go down the list. I do have a couple of requests from people who are not here. It's only a couple, but we can debate them at the time. The first department we have is the Accountant, Assessor, and Treasurer Collector Department. Is there anyone that would like to be the liaison for that department?
No.
Joe's interested.
I can back him up if
I think Chris had already
expressed
some interest there.
Sure,
Yes,
absolutely.
yeah, I think you said that might be one that might.
So Joe and Chris. Good. Next up is police. Police can tend to be a busier department to liaise with, but it also is a good department to talk with and see if you can get a tour of the police department and their facilities. That's always a good tour to see their beautiful and well-kept building that they do a very good job of maintaining and making it look like it's still brand new. Anyone interested for police?
Good, I wonder if no one else wants.
Russ?
Do you need a backup on that one too, or is it? Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
Russ and Justin. Fire department will be up next. It's another
Fire last year, so.
another busier. Joe, you'll take that again.
Yeah.
I'll give you Greg as your backup on that one. Sure. School department. Justin. I'll actually back you up on that, Justin.
Cool.
And South Shore VOTEC is like the school department, but slightly different.
Does that mean I should take it?
No,
Oh, okay.
actually, there's very much no requirement. I think that's one we could certainly assign to Katie or Barbara or Sean.
How many should we volunteer for?
A few.
Each?
A
Two?
few.
Oh.
Three or four.
Oh, up to you? Oh.
Yeah.
So who's going
We
to
got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 19. So approximately 2, like approximately 4 each, either as primary or backup.
Okay.
So who are you giving? for
So let's give South Shore VOTEC to Katie with Sean as the backup. The DPW, if no one objects, I would like Greg to be primary on that one.
I can back them up if you want.
That'd be great. The Board of Health, Barbara has requested to remain as liaison for the Board of Health. Is there anybody that would like to back up? If not, I can assign someone.
Sure.
Justin, all right. The town clerk,
I could take down clerk if.
Russ. I could back you up there.
Already?
The building department is next. I think Sean for the building department. And let's give him Katie as his backup there. Katie. I can give you the list at the end if you don't catch all of them. The water department, another good department to get tours of. They have a lot of facilities, both here and in Rockland, that can be toured and are very interesting to see all of the work that they do. They do lots of chemistry and chemical work and lots of physical work as well. So
That sounds good.
department to deal with. Joe?
I'll take that one, yeah.
Put Barbara as your backup there.
Okay.
The Veterans Department, I will actually take that one myself if no one has any objections. Want to back me up there?
Back you up.
Russ, thank you. Council on Aging. Chris?
Sure. Since I'm aging.
So say we all. I think that's one that Barbara would like to back up as well. So,
Well, I can,
the library is one that Katie had specifically requested. So if no one has an objection, I'll take back up on the library. I think dealing with the library folks, I use their products quite a bit, so. All right, the school building department. Who was Greg, our representative on there right now?
he was in school for something. I think it
I
was,
believe Greg is our school building department
yeah.
representative.
So how does that differ from school? What was
So
it?
the school building committee was specifically put together when we were starting the project to build the new school, and it is not fully disbanded yet. They haven't closed out all of the books on everything.
Okay.
I think Greg should remain there, and I don't think we need a second on that one. The IT department, Wayne, who is fantastic, runs a really good ship there. Is there anyone that wants to,
I could stick with it for another year if no one else wants it.
anyone want to back up?
No.
I will back that one up myself. So, new department, golf.
Yeah, that was, I'll do it.
Chris?
Yeah,
All right.
I'll be his backup.
Chris and Joe.
Good.
First ever finance committee liaisons to the golf department. Congratulations.
Nice. Landmark moment.
And this year, we have decided that we are going to have a liaison to the planning board. Just as in most years, the planning board ends up with a lot of items on the warrant. So in discussing, emailing with Rick, he put them on the list, and I thought it was good to probably have somebody who could touch base with the planning board and get the scoop on what the warrant items are as we get close to town meeting.
I can do that one.
Justin, all right? I'll put Sean as your backup there. He tends to be very attuned to what the planning board items
Okay,
are.
cool.
And then the final one is one that we have actually already identified who our representatives are, is the Town Manager Search Committee. Russ is our representative on that, and Joe is his backup in case we need a backup there. So that is our full list. Does anyone have anything that stood out or that they would want to change? Anything to challenge?
Just a question, does the planning board have a budget, or is it just typically warrants?
No, it's just typically warrant items.
Okay, because I was trying to think if they came before us
No.
last time.
No.
Yeah.
No, they don't come before us as a department with a budget that we go over in the town budget. But like I said, they typically have a lot of items on the warrant for things that sometimes may or may not impact the budget or the finances of the town.
Okay.
And Greg has arrived just in time to learn what departments he was assigned to liaise with, and
Liaison.
so Greg, you have the DPW and the School Building Committee,
Sweet.
both of which you already had, and you're going to back up the Fire Department. And that's about it for you.
Great.
That brings us to the old business on our agenda, first of which is correspondence. We have the November 2019 edition of the Beacon, which Justin is dying to get his hands on.
Yeah.
And that was all for our correspondence this month. We do have enough people now to go over the meeting minutes from our October meeting. We have meeting minutes expertly and very well prepared by our recording secretary, Deb, from our October 9th meeting. Is there any motions or comments on the meeting minutes from October 9th?
Motion to approve the minutes?
A motion, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Justin. Is there any discussion on the meeting minutes? Thought that they were very detailed. That was a very good job. It reminded me of things that I'd already forgotten from the meeting, so I appreciate the work there that Deb put in.
Not being here was very helpful to get caught up, so.
Nice. Any further discussion? Without any, all those in favor of approving the meeting minutes from the October 9th meeting?
Aye.
Those opposed? Abstaining? The meeting minutes are approved. The next order of business, our next meeting will be December 4th, as we attempt over the next few months to meet on the first Wednesday of each month. So December 4th, we will follow that up with a January 8th meeting, which is not technically the first Wednesday, but the first Wednesday is a holiday, so it's the first non-holiday Wednesday of the month.
So December 4th, January 8th?
Yep. And the December 4th meeting, we'll get an early look, hopefully, at what the budget what the draft budget will be shaping up like, if we're in really bad or really good shape. By the January meeting, we'll have a much better idea, because we'll actually have a draft budget provided to us by the town manager, so.
Do you know if they had a chance to look into some of the requests we had in the budget format last time, where like we really couldn't see some of the details on prior years?
I haven't gotten an update on that, but I can
Okay.
definitely follow up.
Yeah, 'cause I know it's kind of tricky to just do comparisons on paper because some of the detail wasn't there.
One of the issues with that for the newer members on the committee is that we switched budgeting systems in the last few years, and so a lot of the previous year's information is not in the system. So we should be starting to get to a point where we have more of the comparison to previous years in the system. I know last year's it was hard, they were having trouble with the system and the percentages, like the percentage of change from one year to the next was not accurate at all.
That's where the statisticians come in, right?
So, yes. the town treasurer on that before our next meeting.
Okay.
Does anyone have any other points of business, things to bring up, motions to make?
Motion to adjourn?
There's a motion to adjourn
Second?
and a second. Is there any discussion? Without any, all those in favor of adjourning? All those opposed? It is unanimous. We are adjourned.